It is now coming up on 6:16, and to borrow a phrase, Betsy Kling, just great.
That was the tease.
She keeps it simple.
Just great.
Simple to the point.
Yeah.
You know what I do. I never do that.
I have to laugh because, you know, it's like smoking hot outside, right? Temperatures are in the mid and upper 80s. I am legit shivering right now.
It's so cold in here.
We keep it polar here in the studio. There's some meat hanging over there on the side that's for a cookout a little bit later. Yeah, if you have a chance to get outside and enjoy this weather, do so. Just remember it is very warm, lots of water. You know the drill with all the heat. The next few hours, temperatures will be cooling off. It is a beautiful evening out there if you do want to get out and enjoy the cooler temperatures as the sun sets. We'll be in the mid 60s by early morning. Look at these temperatures, 87 still in tropical Dover, 86 Mansfield. We've got low and mid 80s in our inland areas. It has just been a very summery afternoon. Temperatures along the lakeshore, and I do mean along, like immediate lakeshore areas, are still in the low to mid 70s at this point, thanks to the cooling influence of the lake. But all of us have been enjoying sunshine. We have a patch of dry air, very dry air, that is sitting over Ohio, and it's really not giving us any type of rain juju whatsoever. All of that is surrounding us, and eventually we will start to see rain chances returning, but my friends, it is not coming anytime soon. Here's your National Designer hour by hour forecast. We will be back into the mid and upper 80s tomorrow. Again, cooler along the lakeshore, but lots of sunshine around. And it's the combination of the dry that we've had over the last couple of weeks and the heat going up that's really starting to become more of a concern. The temperatures are going to come down in that longer range forecast, but we really don't have any appreciable rain chances coming at us anytime soon. And that's where we start to get into the discussion about drought. Earlier in the week, I showed you the precipitation summary. This is today's rainfall, this month, this year, and the departure from average. Obviously, since today is June 1st, we haven't had anything. But what is concerning is that we're chipping away at the surplus that we had built up earlier in the year. And I know these are just statistical numbers and, you know, it all kind of evens out. But it's been a very dry, short-term period that has been evolving. And it's all coming here at the end of May. So we are at June 1st now. We're still barely in a surplus here in Cleveland. And at Hopkins in May, we picked up 2.55 inches for the month of May. That is 1.25 inches below average. And notice that all of the rain was weighted toward the front of the month. We have not had any rain here at the end of the month. And that has been really a problem for folks who put their gardens in and their lawns and whatnot, because short-term drought can be a problem for plants and whatnot. So we're already probably starting to see some areas where the grass is going dormant. We are now in an abnormally dry area here in northern Ohio. Last week, it was just a little swath of yellow in northwest Ohio, but you can kind of see how all of this dry weather has impacted not only us here in Ohio, but into Pennsylvania. They didn't have any yellow last week. The drought situation in the Central Plains is still ongoing, and the drought situation on the West Coast has improved since winter. And over the next 7 to 10 days, you can see how all of this rain starts to develop in the Plain States. That's great for the drought-stricken areas there, but we really don't end up with much of anything. The 7-day rain potential right now is looking at maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Maybe in the next 7 days. That's if we get really lucky, because in your Union Home Mortgage forecast, there is not a drop of rain that is really indicative of anything that's going to be beneficial. Temperatures fade back into the 70s as we go through the weekend. We will have some cooler air coming in. That's good for the plants because they aren't as stressed. You know, the heat will stress the plants. But at this point, I know that, you know, we're kind of feeling the summer love and loving on the sunshine and all this heat and stuff because we deserve it, let's face it. But there's a point where we kind of have to tip the bucket back the other way and start talking about getting some rain in here.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
You missed it at home when Betsy was talking about summer love. She did one of these.
Got a little shimmy going on.
That was after she moved the sweater that was on her seat.
Oh, this is the
It is very
ugliest thing
cold,
in
yeah.
the world, but in my little shrug, I put it on.
Keeps you warm.
I have it all the time.